Hi, this is David Comfort from Democracy Action Network. In a nation celebrated for its intellectual prowess, the startling decline in American education raises a disconcerting question. Is the U.S. becoming a land of the uninformed? The past decade, once filled with promise, has seen students regress to levels of literacy and numeracy not witnessed in over 2 decades. This decline is not merely a symptom of the pandemic. It is rooted in systemic failures and a troubling cultural shift. Historically, the No Child Left Behind Act aimed to eradicate the soft bigotry of low expectations. Initially, it worked, driving improvements among the most disadvantaged students. However, as these standards waned, so did student performance. Today, a staggering 33% of 8th graders read below the basic level, a figure reminiscent of the early 90s. Meanwhile, the wealth gap in educational achievement has widened, with affluent students maintaining their performance while their less privileged peers struggle. The narrative often points to inadequate funding as the culprit, yet educational spending has risen significantly, contradicting this neat explanation. Instead, the problem seems to lie in how that money is spent. During the pandemic, a colossal $190 billion was allocated to mitigate learning loss, but much of it was squandered on non-educational expenditures. Schools opted for new HVAC systems over targeted tutoring, leaving students adrift in a sea of mediocrity. Moreover, the rise of smartphones has transformed childhood, with nearly 95% of teens now owning one. This digital distraction has coincided with declining academic performance, but it's not the sole villain. The real insidious factor is a pervasive culture of lowered expectations. With educators increasingly focused on equity over excellence, students are rewarded for mediocrity rather than encouraged to strive for greatness. This shift has led to a rise in grade inflation and a disconcerting increase in chronic absenteeism. However, there's a glimmer of hope. States like Mississippi and Louisiana have bucked the trend by reinstating rigorous standards and accountability. These southern surges demonstrate that high expectations, coupled with adequate resources, can yield remarkable results. The Mississippi Miracle, where 4th graders now excel despite lower funding, challenges the narrative that money alone solves educational woes. The takeaway is clear. To reverse the tide of ignorance, America must recommit to high standards and accountability in education. Embracing a culture that values excellence over equity could redefine the future of American education. In an era where knowledge is power, it's time to demand more from our schools and ourselves. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel.